The Palestinians are actually part of how I became Muslim. Alhamdulillah, I've been Muslim for nearly 5 years now. When I went to Jordan, I met many Palestinians that had left during the Nakba of 1948. And even though I'm British and they should totally hate me for what happened, they were actually the most lovely, warm, welcoming, kind people I've ever met. Even the ones that had barely anything themselves would insist on making me a full-blown meal. You can literally knock on a random door and say, "Can I have a coffee?" and they will welcome you into their home and give you a drink. Completely changed my mind about Muslims. So then when I learned more about what happened in Palestine, how many of the Palestinians actually welcomed Zionists into their home, I can completely believe that's what the Palestinians did, because even till this day, that is exactly who they are.
Palestinians welcome Zionists in their home? When the hell did that happen? Okay, first of all, this is a complete confirmation of everything I've been saying. Well, it's not a confirmation, it's an example of it, right? That she converts to Islam not because Islam makes any sense. It's about the community and the feeling that you get out of the membership of being part of the community, right? I always tell people, a lot of you guys here, your belief system, especially atheists, I don't know about the religious people in the live chat, but most atheists became atheists. Most atheists that I know became atheists because they looked at their belief and they don't look at reality and they were like, okay, these are my beliefs. This is reality, and they do not match based on my understanding of reality. And I'm going to leave religion because I want to choose beliefs that are closer to reality. So for most people, well, not most people, for many people here at least, the utility of belief, of having a belief, is to understand reality, for them to explain what the real world is like. That's the utility of their belief. And these atheists then look at religious people and they're like, why are these people religious? Obviously, these beliefs don't match reality. It's pretty obvious when I look at it. It's because you, as an atheist, do not understand that most people pick their beliefs not to explain reality. Most people pick their beliefs to do two things. I have mentioned this many times in this channel. What are the two utilities of the belief that you're choosing for yourself? It's a membership card and it's an identity card. So your belief system for most people is not meant to be a set of beliefs that tells me how the world operates. For most people, their belief system is meant to give them a membership into a community that they like and an identity that they wear like clothes, like a fashion statement, as that feels good, on them. They're like, are they trying it and it feels good, it fits, and they have to feel this. They wear it if it feels good. They look at the community. They enjoy being part of the community. So these feelings, if they resonate with them, then they will pick that belief system. That's what I've been telling you guys forever on this channel. And this lady is an example of that. She doesn't go look at the claims by the Quran and look and see if there's any logical argument for them to be true, or if there's any evidence for the existence of God or for Muhammad being his prophet. None of that matters. It's the community made her feel well, and now she wants to be part of it. That's where this is what people, this is how people choose their belief. This is what but anyways, her positive experience is actually, lady, you're white, you're British, you're talking to a group of people that have inferiority complex. So the friendship that you're experiencing is not universal. I don't think if you were a Zionist, you will feel the same level of hospitality. She's talking about Palestinians being welcoming to Zionists. The entire history of that area was Palestinian refusing to have a country for themselves because they didn't want Jews in that land having a country at all. They accepted the hardship and the suffering of not having a country, even though it was offered to them over and over and over again, because they were like, we want, their argument was, we want this entire place or nothing at all. They were offered to have Palestine as a country as long as they accept Israel as their neighbor, and we're like, fuck no, fuck no. We will choose suffering for ourselves and our children for generations to come, as long as it means that these Jews do not get to have a country. We will accept the hardship. This is how anti-Zionist they are, that they are willing to pay for it with the blood of their children. Even the point was not, do you get 20%, 80%, 50%, 50%? None of that mattered. Even if 1% of that entire land was Israel, and you said 99% Palestine, 1% Israel, they would say, fuck it, let's go to war. No way, no how, no Israel here. No Israel here. They're welcoming to Zionists? What are you on about? Okay, to be fair, I don't want to generalize. There are Palestinians who are Zionists themselves. We have some of them in our live chat, right? So not all Palestinians, but the general trend is not like that. The general trend is like no to Zionism, no to Israel, no country for Jews because of anti-Semitism. And historically, it has been either pan-Arabist, secularist, anti-Judaism, which is a problem with the ethnicity, or Islamic anti-Semitism, which has something to do with just Islamic anti-Jewish mentality. So before Hamas had the upper hand, it was pan-Arabist, PLO anti-Semitism, and then that they lost, and now Hamas brought Islamic anti-Semitism. But it was always anti-Semitism. Anti-Jewish hatred is the most common in Gaza among Palestinians. What are you on about? They tortured. There was a Palestinian who converted to Judaism, and they tortured the man in Gaza. How do you not know this? They tortured the man, and he was Palestinian. He was from them. He was an Arab person that converted to Judaism, and they tortured him. But she just looks at her own personal experience, and now the whole world is her own personal experience. This is why anecdotes don't work. You have to look at trends. You have to look at numbers. You have to look at studies. You cannot judge the world based on your own examples or your own personal experiences. Personal experiences are the least reliable source of information. And again, I think that the positive experience that you felt is perhaps, it's very likely because you're white, you're a foreigner, and people in third world countries, they have this inferiority complex. The way they treated you, so they don't treat each other like that at all. People in third world countries, they look at white people and they feel like, okay, these people are better than me. That's why they did this, and they want to be extra kind to you. This has nothing to do with Islam. This is an inferiority complex that people have, right? They look down on you and they look up to you at the same time. They look down on you because they're jealous, but they look up at you because they're jealous. These are contradictory things that they have. And that's the kindness that you experience. Probably. Again, I don't know, actually.